Hello there. In this particular lecture, we are going to learn about how to create manage forms with useState in React. Well, manage form or controlled form in React means form input are controlled by React state. Every input value is stored and updated using useState function. So, React is always aware of the current input values. So that is what we are going to learn today, that how we can do this in our React.js. So let's go to the Visual Studio Code and understand that how we can do it. Let's start. Well, for understanding this, what we will do, we will create a form, and inside this form, let's put a heading as login form, right? And here we will create a div. Inside this div, we will take a label and name it email, and input and type is email, right? And yeah, now again create a new div and it's the same information. Let's change it with password, right? And the type is password, right? Now after doing this, let's create a button also, button, and the type is submit, right? And name it login, right? Okay, so our normal form is now created, right? Now the main thing, that how we can work with the use state to collect the data. Well, for that, let's create a use state, that is const, and name it email, right? Email comma set email equals to use state bracket. Inside of this, what we will do, we will create an empty string like this. Now create one more use state named password, const password, sorry, let's create the use state snippet, that is password comma set password equals to use state bracket. Let's keep it as empty string also again, right? So this is how it is working. Let's fix it first, right? Now after doing this, what we will do, we will actually create a function that will handle the submit of the information. So before that, let's give the value as what, email, right? And whenever the value get changed, for that what we'll do, we will write on change, and whatever the value that we will enter, we will do what, we will put set email bracket, and we will change the value of the email as the value you enter inside this input field. For that we will write e dot target dot email, right? Sorry, not email, it will be value. Yeah, now copy the same thing to the other input field also, but just change it by set password like this, right? Yeah, and give it a value as what, value as your password, whatever you have written here, since initially it is blank, right? So it will show as blank. Okay, fine. Now after doing this, what we will do, uh, since whatever you are entering inside your input field now, that is getting stored inside this email and password variable, and with the help of this use state, right? Now I want that whenever you click on the login button, like if you see here, I want that whenever you click on this login button, I want this data, whatever you have entered inside this field, input field, into this console, right? So for that, what we will do, we will do create a function named handle submit. So we will write const handle submit, right? And here we will create arrow function. Inside of this we will write e dot prevent default. The d of default should be in capital, right? Okay, now coming forward we will write console dot log bracket. Inside of this we will print email comma password. Now coming to this form, I will do what, that whenever you submit, means whenever you click on the button of type submit, right? Whenever this form gets submit, where it went, okay, on submit, I want to call the function name handle submit, this particular function, right? So let's try it out, but before that let's give a little bit of css. Let's name this input field as give it a little bit class as border 2, border black, margin in left as 5, like this, right? Let's copy the same to here also, right? Okay, fine. Now let's go to our website and you can see everything is visible here. Now our console is clean, right? Let's reload it and clean it out. Now whatever we have we will fill. I want that whenever I click on this login button the data should be get presented here. For that we will write piyush@gmail.com and password as anything random, right? Now let's click on this login button. You can see I'm getting the data here inside the console, and this is how you manage your form. Now what I'm doing here, I'm just printing those data inside my console. But when you work on the real projects, what you do, you transfer this information which your user state is holding into the API, backend API, right? And transfer that data to the backend, and here they from there we will re-verify the information and other work get proceed, right? But the main work of managing the form is done by this method using this user state, right? So I hope you understood the concept clearly. Thank you so much for watching. We will meet in the next video very soon. Till then, goodbye.